Stephen Curry is one of the most recognizable faces in the NBA. The 32-year-old Ohio native has played every game of his professional career with the Golden State Warriors, after being picked 7th overall in the 2009 draft. He's been their starting point guard ever since, and has helped the Warriors achieve success not seen by the franchise since the 70s. However, despite his success and popularity, Curry is no stranger to embarrassment, and has been left humbled and red-faced on a number of occasions. Some of these instances are performance-related and par for the course as an NBA player. Others are not, resulting in hilarious and cringe-worthy moments I'm sure he'd rather forget. So today, we're going to take a look at some of Stephen Curry's most embarrassing moments. But first, a simple reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We will be giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad mini, or a MacBook Pro. It's all your choice. So be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. It's really that simple. First, we start with, it just wasn't my night. It was Game 3 of the 2018-19 Western Conference Playoff Semifinals. The Warriors were leading the Rockets 2-0. Houston would eventually win the game 126-121 in overtime. Shooting just 7 for 23 for the game, Curry would put in one of the most lackluster performances to date, including missing 2 clear chances that may have salvaged the game for the Warriors. The first came with 1 minute and 49 seconds left in overtime. Curry had the ball and was approaching the rim without resistance. Setting up a signature layup, he should have been able to reduce the Rockets' lead to 1 point. Instead, he missed the simplest of shots, allowing the Rockets to rebound and extend their lead. The second and most shocking came with just 19.2 seconds remaining in overtime. Trailing by 5 points, Curry had the ball once again, approaching the rim uncontested at a blistering pace. Instead of serving a safe and almost guaranteed layup, Curry went for a right-handed dunk. Afterwards, he would say it was a combination of momentum, adrenaline, and frustration at his performance. He said he felt he needed to slam it home to prove something to himself, but he missed. He stood shell-shocked, drawing the jeers and delight from the sold-out Toyota Center and the ire of head coach Steve Kerr, who was visibly frustrated in the aftermath. The move effectively lost him the match, rounding off a night I'm sure he would gladly put behind him and never speak of again. Unfortunately, in a world dominated by social media, that wasn't going to happen. The following day, Twitter was alive with gifs of Curry's mishap, calling his dunk attempt unnecessarily arrogant. Whilst the reaction was perhaps a little unfair, dealing with an embarrassing miss in front of a rival crowd is as much a part of the game as scoring points, and to his credit, he handled it well. Next up is being left hanging. During the 2018 season, Curry went head-to-head with another star point guard, Kyrie Irving, when the Warriors hosted the Celtics. Trading shots throughout the entire game, the two of them put on a thrilling performance with the Warriors edging out a 109-105 win. Friendly rivalries, and sometimes heated ones, aren't uncommon between stars who do the same job, and the Curry-Irving story is no exception. The two of them have a ton of respect for each other, and on this night, after one of the most exciting games of the season, the two embraced in the center of the court at the final buzzer. A sold-out Oracle Arena and the millions of fans watching on TV saw two of the best point guards in the business show appreciation to their opposite number after a hard-fought game. Now, we all know the popular gestures that are used to show respect. The high five, the low 10, the fist bump, all known universally as cool alternatives to the generic handshake. And you would be surprised how hard they are to get right. I mean, coordination is a factor, especially if you're tired. It is easy to miss completely, right? You can also get confused. I think we've all experienced the awkward moment where one person goes for a fist bump, the other goes for a high five, and you end up playing an unintentional game of rock, paper, scissors. But arguably, the worst thing to happen is you can get ignored. It might just be simple miscommunication with no intended malice. Or it might be full-blown burn, a blatant, if sometimes playful expression of disrespect. Whatever the case, to be left hanging is embarrassing, especially in front of a sold-out Oracle Arena and millions of fans watching on TV. Poor Stephen Curry. After their respectful embrace at the end of a tough game, Irving and Curry separated, with him immediately extending his hand for an apparent side-on high five. Now, whether Irving didn't see it, or whether he was joking around, or whether he was purposely burning him, we don't know for sure. It's generally thought there was no intended disrespect there, but whatever the reasoning, Irving turned away to address the media, leaving Curry standing there, frozen in embarrassment, his hand extended for a show of love he never received, in front of everyone. A truly cringeworthy moment there was no escaping from. Curry was able to laugh it off, but the burn seen around the world will likely stay with him forever. How about, if you're going to showboat, make sure you score? January 22nd, 2019, the Warriors would pick up a valuable 130-111 win over the Lakers on their home turf. In the third quarter, Curry intercepted a 4 Lakers pass and found himself deep inside their half of the court all alone, with just the hoop in front of him. With a player the caliber of Stephen Curry, you wouldn't be questioned for betting the house on him scoring in that situation, right? It was clear from the get-go that Curry had no intentions of playing the safe layup. Confidence was high, he was uncontested, he was going to slam dunk that ball in spectacular fashion and put an exclamation point on his team's performance. Except he didn't. On his final approach to the rim, he slipped. He slipped hard. Both feet slid out from under him, sending him crashing to the court and the ball rolling away. Laughter filled the arena as Curry quickly recovered. A teammate claimed the loose ball and handed it off to him, setting him up for a three-pointer from the edge of the court, a shot at redemption, but it didn't even come close. After his devastating and embarrassing slip, his air ball delighted the home fans even more. The loose ball was quickly recovered by the Lakers, who would go on to capitalize on the back-to-back mistakes and pick up 2 points. We'll never know if that slip was avoidable, whether it would have happened if he had approached the basket calmly, serving up a safe layup and netting the 2 points. But Curry opted to play for the crowd and learned a valuable lesson in the process. If you're going to showboat, make sure you score. And he's unlikely to forget that lesson, as the slip clip was replayed countless times in the days and weeks that followed the game and continues to feature in many a highlight reel, including this one. Next is an honorable mention with LeBron James. With frankly too many examples to count, this wasn't included in the main list but deserves an honorable mention. Everyone has their own Everest to climb, the struggle that defines them. Captain Ahab had Moby Dick, Frodo had the One Ring, Batman had the Joker. Stephen Curry apparently has one too, and its name is LeBron James. Seemingly whenever the two face each other on the court, Curry comes up short. No pun intended. There are countless examples of when James shut down Curry in spectacular fashion. Oftentimes it's when Curry is approaching the net and the much taller James appears behind him, as if from nowhere, blocking the shot and sending Curry crashing to the court as a result. Usually it's no big deal, but occasionally James will let Curry know what he's all about, posturing to very much prove a point. And with 6 inches between them, Curry will need to find another way to deal with the monster defense of LeBron James. So, overall, going into the 2012-13 season, Curry had inked a new contract earning him $44 million over 4 years. He justified his new salary that season by setting a new NBA record for the most three-pointers in a single season, 272. The 2015-16 season would see Curry and his beloved Warriors make history, both good and bad. Despite being the first and only team to ever lose a 3-1 lead in the finals, they were the first team in NBA history to start the season 24-0. Their epic run ended in December with a loss to Milwaukee, but this didn't stop Curry's momentum. He became the 7th player to enter the prestigious 50-40-90 club, representing the shooting percentages from in the field, outside the arc, and the free throw line respectively. So there you have it. Even the best of us have off days, and even athletes and stars who are accustomed to the limelight can find themselves red-faced and embarrassed every once in a while. Anyways, thanks for watching. Check out the channel for more content.